Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. The Washington Wizards here at home in an interconference matchup should be a good one. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. Home court advantage played a part in last year's season series. Each team took their home game in a 1-1 split. 7-foot shot. Here's O'Neal. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. Some incredible athletes in this one, Brent. Defensively, what does it take to stay in front of somebody who's got that kind of explosive ability?
For me, a small prayer. For other guys, it's knowing time, space, distance to make sure that you can collect anybody's first move. As you know, Kevin, you can't be thinking out there. If you're caught thinking, especially defensively, you get to read the back of the jersey of the guy you're guarding quite often. It can't happen here tonight.
And it can take your mind off of the other things you've got to do.
Well, yeah, that, and then you're always using one key phrase, which coaches talk about in practice.
Yeah.
Help.
Oh, yeah.
I need help.
Help.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now, here's Fox. Shoots over Walker. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Pass to O'Neal. And Al Farouk Aminu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Walker with it. He's guarded by Nurkic. Here's O'Neal. Shoots over Nurkic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Washington, they have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line. Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Nurkic with the pump fake does a good job fooling the defender that time.
And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Now here's Harden. Isaac.
2 points.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And he's got a quiet confidence about him, doesn't he, guys? I mean, he's thinking about shooting the ball as the pass is coming.
And they go to the intentional foul. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Nurkic. Puts it up from 15. Harden with it. Back to Nurkic. Just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. It's stolen by Aminu. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Pass to Babbitt. And Farouk Aminu gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
There are times where you have to play with a little bit more caution. It's already his second foul in the first quarter.
And how about Isaac there, making himself a big target. Tough to match up with him in these open floor situations.
Pass to Babbitt. Looking to end the run. Here's O'Neal. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. O'Neal's got 6.
Tremendous effort. He will not be denied on the offensive glass.
Here's Nurkic. Over O'Neal. And here is Fox. 6 to shoot. Here's Harden. O'Neal with the defensive effort.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger. Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
And it's Harden with the ball for Oklahoma City. The Thunder last season assembling a big 3 of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony didn't mesh, Brent, like they had hoped. In your opinion, what went wrong?
Well, a bit of a down season in terms of the scoring for Melo, but reasons for that, just not as many opportunities and playing outside along the three-point line. The biggest damage last year was the Robertson injury. It felt like in December the OKC team started to find its stride, and Robertson going out of the lineup, there just wasn't enough of the depth on that roster to make up the difference for them defensively, and OKC never really seemed to find its footing or confidence again. We got to fight through things like this right now. His team needs him to shoot better. He's just had a tough quarter. Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
I love watching Isaac find the open teammate. Has great floor awareness out there and just knows when one of his guys has a clean look.
Here's Aminu. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Aminu over to help. Babbitt from long range. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Oh, great ball movement there.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. Hits it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Harden.
Oh! More and more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
Outside, Walker. "20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Babbitt's shot is off.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
Pass to Magruder. It could go. He got it! That is one fantastic! Yusuf Nurkic has been on display for for Oklahoma City. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll return shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Boy, I tell you, it didn't take them long to find their rhythm. Strong offense through one.
A nice game plan coming in, and right now sticking to it. It's a nice lead that they have.
Brent, we have bigs playing a different kind of game in the NBA now.
Yeah, it feels like skill is taking over, and even last year in the playoffs, so much talk for us about the idea of not being able to play a big center. Right, not being able to play a post-up center or a rim-protecting center. These players have to be mobile. They have to be able to set screens and roll down the lane, and they have to be able to switch out, most importantly, defensively to guard the most talented scorers in the league. So the center position is now becoming a more skilled position where teams take their best four-man and slide them down to the five, a la Draymond Green or sometimes Giannis with Milwaukee, to make sure that they can make the most impact while they're on the floor.
Good examples.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the three-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
Now, here is Young. Just 5 to shoot. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Harden. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And now it's a 12-point Oklahoma City lead. Young outside. Down low. Taken away by Williams. Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Second chance shot. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Wizards trailed by 14. Pass to Oubre. Now, here is O'Neal. To end the run. Sinks the triple. Oubre's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You can blame some poor defense on that play. Just a total breakdown. Got to at least contest at some point.
2 points.
Count it. 18 points for James Harden.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Young, here we go. And it's Magruder in the corner. Off target from three-point range. The Thunder leading by 13. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Pass to O'Neal. Now Oubre. Fires the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Oubre's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Wizards.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Young outside. That's tipped. Taken away by Williams. And there's the foul. It's on Rodney Magruder. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, there are good fouls And then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Hands it from downtown.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I also like the adjustments that they've made. Each time they're defended a little bit differently, they seem to have the answer for it.
Pass to O'Neal. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. He's off on the first. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate
right.
as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point.
You combine his massive size and then his desire to pound the glass, it makes him a tough cover on the board.
Now here is Davis. They grab their own miss. And at last, they get one to fall. Davis has got his first 2 points. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Looney. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively. And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
For Oklahoma City, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Using that length.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Now here's Harden. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Pass to O'Neal. Hayward up top. Nice ball movement by Washington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Isaac. The Thunder leading by 18.
2 points.
And Jonathan Isaac making progress, but he was drafted knowing he had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you really shouldn't try and compare Isaac to the rest of his draft class. He's going to be on a different timeline as far as his development goes. Might take longer for him to be ready, but the payoff, man, could be huge as his ceiling is really high.
Harden. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Outside, Walker. Pass to O'Neal. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
So it's Washington now, trailing by 19. Shot clock at 6. Walker, bounce pass. Here's Babbitt with the 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. Babbitt's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Pass to O'Neal. Isaac with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
How about Fox getting up on the inside? Love to see the point guard rise up.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Washington Wizards. It's an 18-point game. Isaac with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
They get a hand on it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Hayward can't hit. The Thunder leading by 20. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Yeah, that's just not a good pass. I don't know what he's thinking there. A poor decision.
And the Thunder with some changes. This one for three. Washington gets it back, and a new 24. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Here's Hayward. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy one.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Yeah, and Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
And Greg, you mentioned Hayward's strength. That and his ball fakes seem to be not as recognized as they should be.
Yeah, I think Hayward has one of the better pump fakes in our league. Great deception with inside-out dribbles to create space. And the things he does well aren't immediately apparent, but Hayward's terrific fundamentals are what make him a great scorer. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Pass to O'Neal. It's stolen by Davis. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Now here's Teague. Pass to Magruder. O'Neal with it. Back to Magruder. 5 on the clock. The shot that time not on target.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
The Thunder knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripe tonight. And the first one at the line is good. Game is so wide open now, Brent. Such a great pace. Does that put more strain on bigger players physically?
I think it's putting strain on everybody. I think last year we saw
regardless of size.
Yeah, injuries to every position, the key guys at every position. I think that some of the physical motions that players have to perform in games because they're covering more ground and in susceptible positions, it's happening to everybody. The issue with the big guys, Kevin, is they're not playing. Less of them are getting more important time on the floor, so it's a strain on everybody.
Herter. And it's sent back by O'Neal. Chris can't hit.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation.
The Wizards have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7. Good on the second free throw. Oklahoma City leading by 19. Let's go. Kemba Walker comes up with the loose ball.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
2 points.
Herter.
Kevin.
And he throws it down hard with one hand.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Right wing. The kick out to T. Pass to Chris. And Davis sends it back.
Great anticipation. Davis light on his feet and using that 7'2" wingspan sends that one back. Oh, man, gotta love that pass there. Couldn't ask for a better one.
And so it's Oklahoma City taking a night. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Washington has possession, trailing by 19. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. It's Young on the wing. Chris can't hit. And it's Harden with the ball for Oklahoma City. 22 is their biggest lead.
2 points.
Count that one. Harden's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Thunder.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Now, here is O'Neal. Down low. Chris. Tries again. Back to O'Neal. Shoots over Nurkic. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Checking in for your Wizards, Jeff T.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. The Thunder leading by 21. And here's Aminu. Pass to Harden. Here's Nurkic. Clock at 6. Harden draws the double. It's stolen by T. To the inside. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. Oklahoma City with the foul. That free throw missing. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
Pass to LeVert. Over Harden. And another miss by Washington.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town. Some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program. It's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
Inside. Fox. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to O'Neal. Inside. Here's Walker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Sweet Lou Williams came into the NBA straight out of high school. I don't think a lot of people remember that back in 2005. The former 45th pick has more than exceeded his selection spot over the course of his career. Last year winning the 6th Man of the Year award.
And here's Harden for 3.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
And again, Washington no good. And you look back on Lou Williams going in the second round, pretty surprising considering, Brent, he accomplished so much in high school just in the Atlanta era.
Yeah, the National High School Player of the Year, a state title, and he graduated as the second all-time leading scorer in the whole state of Georgia. Continues to fill it up in the pros. He's unstoppable at times.
Now here's Walker. Pass to Babbitt. Looking to end his cold spell. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Such an effective combo guard. We all know that Lou Williams can score, but once he gets going, he'll set a teammate up too.
Oklahoma City leading by 19. Here's Harden. And the layup falls. Harden's got 29 in the game.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Walker. That one good for 2.
And giving up a lot of inches, he was still, though, determined to make the play.
Yeah, this is the time you can use that word, tenacity. Some guys wouldn't even try that shot, but he goes in there undeterred.
De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
Well, the quickness of De'Aaron Fox really is incredible. I got a chance to see John Wall early in his career, and it was the speed that we talked about. But speed can kill, and if De'Aaron Fox can control it, he'll be fantastic at creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
And De'Aaron Fox made his mark at Kentucky with his terrific on-ball defense. He puts a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, I mean, he picks up 94 feet, and that's really how you set the bar for your team, with how hard you compete at the defensive end.
And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Oklahoma City.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
Well, rooting out guys for his position and then outworking them, so you add fundamentals with the effort. Leader by example.
2 free throws for Aminu.
Becoming more of a factor these days on the offensive end. Aminu, once the 8th overall player taken in the draft, getting to the line a little more often.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.